Hello everyone, I'm sure everyone by now has seen the video by MatPat, and I hate change. I hate change. I hate change. Did I mention that I hate change? I really hate change. And I haven't watched him in years, but to know that he's leaving, oh my days. He's the first one this year that I've seen, although he did mention others. I didn't know about the others until he mentioned them, but what a thing! And he obviously wants to retire so that he can spend time with his family and also his son. And good on him, because as Philip DeFranco said, childhood is not there all the time. Eventually it will go away and you want to be there for that. You should want to see your children grow up and spend time with them. But have you noticed a trend even a couple of years ago with big YouTubers that left, like Scrubby and Fake Jake? Scrubby left to go and get into the real world and touch grass, and Fake Jake left because of burnout. They were the two people who inspired me initially, and I was hoping to have some kind of collaboration with them, even if we just played a game on Scrabble for YouTube. And again, I say, good on you. If you've been grinding on the platform for years and years and years, then you should be able to take a break or even leave the platform. But it is hard to deal with for your fans, and you will be missed if you do it. And I don't know if this is an exclusively autistic thing, but I hate change, so I'm kind of glad that it's not happening immediately and that we have until March to get our heads around it. The reason why I made a video on it is because someone else made a point. I think it was Optimus, that people have been saying that it's weird that all these massive YouTubers suddenly in 2024, goodbye. And to my understanding, it's because they all joined around the same time, so they're all leaving about the same time because they all made their money around the same time, so they can all afford to retire at the same time. And bless him, he seems so sad about leaving, and you can understand why. He doesn't want to live, breathe and sleep YouTube anymore. But then that's just my theory. But I understand that. I was listening to Charlie talk about this, and he was saying that he never wanted to make YouTube feel like a job, and it still doesn't. It's made me think, however, because I have been setting a lot of deadlines for myself recently, and that has been making my video making experience a bit jobbish. I really wanted to make my experience as carefree as possible, make it just a bit of fun that I could eventually make some cash off. And, as I said, I have not watched MatPat in years. I don't think I'm his demographic, but I do love his lovely, bouncy attitude and personality. I also loved his animations and just the way he did his videos, not to mention that hysterical PNG, which, by the way, still looks hysterically funny even when you see it in context. Also, I understand his need to leave, and I commend him for wanting to spend more time with his family, especially his son. However, one thing that really annoys me is that he thinks people are going to make fun of him because he cries in his video. If anyone does that, you can see me after class. He has every reason to be emotional. This is a channel that he's had for 13 years, that he's leaving because he needs to rest, and good on him. But seriously, I hope he has a wonderful retirement, and I'm kind of glad that he said that he'll be back on occasion for special events. And he may find retirement boring. You never know. He might be like, I was going to hand over the keys, but I need to do it. Gimme! And then, even though I haven't watched MatPat in years, I'm still going to miss him so much. For me, he's become like one of those things that you see around the house that maybe you don't use as much, like a mirror that I have. I haven't been able to use it in ages, but the idea of selling it doesn't even come into the picture. it would make my whole room look different. And I'm not saying that MatPat is a mirror, but he's one of those people who's been on YouTube for so long. But the idea of him not being there anymore is unthinkable. And I'm sure that if he didn't retire now, he would probably end up being an old man waving his cane around, still discussing theories, probably still using that same PNG 20 years later. And hey, MatPat, if you do see this, I hope you have a lovely retirement. I will miss you. I will miss you. I will miss you so, so much. And yeah, I know that the channels are not going anywhere. It's a different host though, and I hope they do you justice. But the main reason I brought up this video is because change is hard for everyone. I have autism, and seeing this video put me into such a panic just because it's a change. So we all have things that we find difficult, but change happens and it will get better. We have until March with Matt, so we might as well enjoy our time while we still have him. Also, Matt, if you're watching this, then never mind the haters. It's okay to cry. It's okay to get emotional. There's nothing wrong with that. I noticed that you were apologising for getting emotional or saying that you were going to try not to get emotional. You don't need to do that. It's your video, it's your channel, and you're allowed to have feelings as it's technically your first child. And to let people see that side of you is stronger than anything that haters say. And if you do decide to come back on occasion to do the occasional theory or to take it back permanently, we will be here for you, whatever you decide. If you're still here, then you're handsome and you're beautiful, and you, well, I'm speechless. I'll let you know next time I see you. Over to the pets. Hello all, this is Sylvie. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more. Hey everyone, my name's Bonjo. If you enjoyed yourself, then give it a thumbs up and share it with all your friends. Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and if you had fun, then comment down below and let my mum know what was the hardest change you had to go through.